We hear the phrase move to the cloud all the time as if it's some kind of finish line. But what if the real race only starts times after times you get there? It seems that's the big story for 2026.
That's a perfect way to put it. By 2026, being cloud literate is just the bare minimum. The real conversation is about moving from simply paying for the cloud to actually profiting from it.
Exactly. And that's why the first heavy hitters we need to talk about are AWS and Microsoft Azure. They're still the titans, with AWS projected to host over 80% of corporate infrastructure. Their solutions architect professional cert is hitting an 89% popularity rating because it's no longer about just using the cloud, it's about optimizing costs and uptime.
Right. And you can't sleep on Azure. Their Administrator Associate Cert is the go-to for big enterprises because it's the king of hybrid cloud, which basically just means letting a company's old-school office servers talk to the modern cloud seamlessly. It's the secret weapon for any large company that can't just flip a switch and go 100% cloud overnight.
So the infrastructure is set, but as the cloud grows, so does the mountain of data sitting on it. That leads us to our next big shift, how we actually process all that information.
I mean, the numbers are just staggering.
They really are. The sheer volume of global data is doubling every 18 months now. Because of that, the Google Cloud Professional Data Engineer Cert has surged to an 83% popularity forecast. It's specifically designed to handle big data and machine learning, turning that massive pile of information into actual business decisions.
Well, it's a really smart move by Google. They've basically positioned themselves as the AI cloud. If you want to build predictive models that actually work, you need someone who knows their way around tools like BigQuery and Dataflow inside and out. Data is doubling, but our ability to understand it isn't. That's why the person who builds the data pipeline is now more valuable than the person who just reads the final report.
It's interesting because we often talk about AI as this magic box, but this certification proves that the engineering part, the plumbing of the data, is where the real battle is won.
That's it. It's the classic garbage in, garbage out rule. A data scientist once told me, without a certified data engineer, your expensive AI model is basically a Ferrari with no gas. By 2026, companies won't care if you have AI. They'll care if your AI is fed by a cost, efficient, clean data architecture.
But more data and more cloud also mean more targets for hackers, which brings us to the increasingly aggressive world of cybersecurity.
Oh, definitely. The game has completely changed.
On the security front, CompTIA Security Plus has become the baseline. The forecast says 90% of companies will require it by 2026 just to be safe. But the more advanced Certified Ethical Hacker, or CEH, is where the excitement is. It's all about red teaming, where pros use real-world hacking methodologies to find vulnerabilities before they're exploited.
It's the think like a thief to catch a thief mentality, finally gone mainstream. We're seeing a huge shift from just protecting to proactively hunting for weaknesses. In 2026, a security breach isn't a tech failure, it's a business failure. You can't just build a wall anymore. You have to hire someone who knows exactly how to break it.
We've covered the how and the what of tech, but none of these systems matter if the projects themselves fail to launch, which brings us to our final pillar, project management and networking.
The unsung heroes.
Absolutely. Even with all this amazing AI and cloud tech, 35% of technology projects still fail. It's a shocking number. The PMP certification is the global standard to fix that, and it can reduce project failure risks by as much as 30%. Alongside it, Cisco's CCNP is evolving to handle the explosion of IoT devices and intelligent networks.
It's funny, people sometimes call these traditional certifications, but in a world of complex cloud and AI deployments, you desperately need someone who actually knows how to manage a budget and keep the physical network from crashing. That 30% reduction in failure risk is the difference between a successful digital transformation and a multi-million-dollar cautionary tale.
It really highlights that in 2026, the most successful pros won't just be specialists, they'll be the ones who can bridge the gap between high-tech tools and high-level strategy. So, if you had to boil it down, what are the biggest takeaways here?
Well, first, it's clear cloud dominance is here to stay, with AWS leading. But the focus is now on strategic optimization, not just being there. Second, The AI revolution is being fueled by data engineering. Google Cloud has carved out a vital niche there. Third, security is no longer just defensive. A basic cert is mandatory, but ethical hacking is the premium skill for getting ahead of threats. And finally, don't forget the fundamentals. Project management is still critical because it directly tackles that massive 35% failure rate in tech projects. That's the glue holding it all together.